Okay, Coach, you know, the folks in the dog pound, they live for games like this. Snowy conditions here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Get ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Wide, get wide. Shift.
Alert. What's up?
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Let's go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
You got nothing. Check 99.
A first carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Now on first, Dixon again. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Watch by 4. Switch. Slam.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Shut. Hey, hold on. Mine's 59. That's shut. Shut up. You think you won't get this? No. You think you won't get this? Switch. He's checking.
Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, switch gears. Alert 3.
Now a handoff right side. It's Dixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good start.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 35-yard line.
Choose the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. 65. 65. 65.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
180. 2, Mike, 2. Check Mike, check Mike. Up, slam.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd.
Record. 48. 48's Mike. 48's Mike. Push him back.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the 22. Jackson, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Man up, D. Man up, D. Say anyway.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age.
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Regular.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Check. Lucky.
49, check 49.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Check 3. General West.
Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check 50. Check. Back. Hey, go. Mike 50.
On 2nd down now, it's Dixon. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Here we go.
Dixon. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here's Dixon. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Check 180.
Check 52's the mic. I got you. I got you.
On first down, it's Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Shit.
Check 9. Check. Up. Check. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb.
Run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in his zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dixon running from the shotgun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier days. We get slap happy up here someday. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
When we draw defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
I got it. Check.
22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama.
SOS. Check three.
Squeeze. Big edge.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From the 17, Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Go to base.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Get ready.
Now it's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Shift.
Weak. Ball trot.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see which...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
You got tight.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. Room past the 20. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. On third down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Get the ball.
From the 40 now on second down. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So on fourth down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And that will knot us up at 10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go. Check right 54. Right 54.
Squeeze, double. Rotate, spell, let it go.
Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line.
Mike spot 4, Mike. Go. Mike spot 4.
To throws Jackson. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Watch the run. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. I got you, boy.
And he stopped immediately there.
I'm going to hit
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Switch it. Hey,
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard
25. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Check 37.
On second down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Set, hut, man, read. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man. 66. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Out, 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 out. Watch safety three. Watch safety three.
They'll run it with Dixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and
Check 52.
at the 14-yard line.
Check three. Check three. Check three.
On second down now, it's Dixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Dixon, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
17. Browns 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Browns take over.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I got wide. I got wide. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Pistol, pistol, pistol. Mike 52.
Mayfield on 1st down. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Joker, 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 Joker.
After the sack on 1st down, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 82 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. That's a prime example of the danger that Baker Mayfield presents when he's able to get outside of the pocket.
And we see many quarterbacks do this in the league. A lot of them have that good mobility, but we see them, they're more like striders, right? There's a smoothness to them. When I watch Baker Mayfield, everything is sharp, hard, aggressive, and he turns it into a big-time shot downfield in a monster play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Ravens take over.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have
hates?
kept it on the ground.
From the 24. They'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Kill, 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 kill. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Echo. Mike,
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Rush in. Jam him, jam him, jam.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Mayfield, they'll roll him out right. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team, but that might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
54's Mike.
They'll start the drive with Dixon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From just shy of midfield, Jackson flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Come to my work. Mike's 54. 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the curve.
From the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, check. Shoot. 22, check, bomber. 22, check, bomber.
That's what I do.
Zoom.
Mike 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Hey, here we go. Slam.
He's coming.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, but it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing, Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Chubb on first down. No room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Here's Mayfield. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble right there. Mayfield to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Right back to Dixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. On third down, here's Dixon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. They'll run. It's Dixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Hatchet, hatchet.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Right there, 54.
Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. They will clock a decent amount of time here in the tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Check 43. One take.
Open man is Tanner. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Set. 54 Mike. Come on, D.
On 2nd down. It's Dixon. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Given the snow, you'd have to think they're likely not in field goal range just yet as they come up on a critical 3rd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This from 55 yards out. It has the distance, and it is good from 55 yards out. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just